And God bless us all, we are back! Hello everybody, ScotsMaiar here! And yes, you are not listening to the Kneale, you're not listening to the Chris either. You are listening to the one and only humble ScotsMaiar, returning to play The Letter. So, we've achieved all this, and we're only that much into the achievements, as you know. And let's just view the gallery of what we've experienced thus far. Ah yes, don't you remember the petrifying environments there? When I said no, no, no multiple times. Those were, the fun times, right? How about this one time, when this girl was creepily staring back at me? You know, look at her grinning smile. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? Isn't that just, the most terrifying, sweetly terrifying thing ever? Oh, I'm not going back to that. Oh, I'm giving up somebody. Right. So basically, we're going to continue onwards from where we left off. Right, and Wales follow me as I flee into the night. Quite right too. I'm having none of that fool poopery. So, let's see. Branching tree. Yeah, you breathe, Zachary. You breathe. Okay. No sinister music. Just nice sounds of crickets. Okay, that gives us enough time just to rejuvenate ourselves and just catch up with what just happened. Okay. Story tree. Okay. We completely skipped this quick time event, and thank God there's this option where you can just press tab to skip all the minigames. So, sorry everybody, the suspense is kind of down a little bit now. But I suppose there might still be some jump scares and Okay, so there's no more threat of scary minigames. For those of you who are wondering, last time there was this really scary minigame, which was so scary that I refused to play it. So, thank the developers and God in general that I managed to skip it. For those of you who can't remember, it was this mini-game where you have to aim the camera. So, first person's perspective, and there's this creepy person right next to you in the room. That presses all the no buttons for me. And you have to take you have to take a picture right as the jump scare happens. Just, no, let's move on. Oh, hi, Ash. Tara's too mild to describe what this is. There's no way in hell I'm going back. Ooh. Whoever she is, pleading won't work. The moment we saw that letter, she's been after us. So the letter was cursed. You lied to us, you sissy ghost! You said passing it to 6 people would do them no harm!
But I can't run. Not this time.
Nearly 2 hours have gone by since I left the comfort of my home for the solitude of the park. Yeah, I would rather sleep in those hedges than be in Zachary's apartment right now. 2 excruciating hours since I've started making calls. No one's answering. You've been awfully persistent. Usually Ash is persistent to call you. It's funny how being chased by a ghost can change people, you know what I mean? What they believe in, okay, and how you treat your friends. Hey, is that a hospital? Story updated. Or Isabella, who frequently checks her for any messages and readily responds as soon as she can afford. It does not help that Ash hasn't said a word where he went off to as well. Pardon me.
Damn it! I knew I should have asked him before I let him leave.
Knowing him, he can be anywhere. He could be omnipotent. But there's really only one place he'll likely be at this time. Oh yes. In the pub. No. October 30th, Sunday. Ah, well, that was quite a jump cut from the nighttime to the daytime. The sun has already... What's that noise? Is there a barbed wire fence nearby getting affected by the wind? I have no idea what I'm expecting to see when I got there. There's Ashton, first and foremost. A part of me wishes my assumptions are correct, and he's really somewhere close by on a stakeout. But I've never seen the lucky sort when it comes to that kind of guessing. And even after I made a round of the immediate vicinity, I could find neither hide nor hair of him. Not even a trace of his DNA, not even his fingerprints on the door. The butler often cleans the door from time to time. Calling him does no good either, considering how awful the signal is here. He can't be too far if he's really here, but if he is, he wouldn't already noticed by now. Instead, there is only silence. Except with the wind, and the occasional wind affecting the barbed wire fences. The kind too quiet to find any sort of comfort in. Even the trees seem to have fallen asleep with the rest of the mansion, oblivious to what's happening around it. A small island of stillness in the otherwise fast-paced world. No wonder the whole of Aslan feels at odds with the rest of Luxburn. While the city is alive, growing every minute, breathing every second, and pulsating with life, the village remains unmoving. Unchanged. It's not surprising the legend still lives up to this day, and why she's still here, walking its hallowed halls. I'm putting on my dramatic voice for these narrations because I think it makes the stuff more exciting. I mean, when you're reading stuff, you can't just say, it's not surprising the legend still lives up to this day, and why is she still here, walking its hallowed halls. No. You don't read it like that. You read it with passion. You read it with meaning, significance. Get the audience engaged. This is why I recommend the public speaking and drama for everybody. And beyond me, the mansion looms ominously. But now ain't the time for fear. I could be an audible person at someone doing audiobooks, like Christopher Lee did with the Children of Huron. Anyway, even if Ash is not here, I've still got to let the Wrights know what I've seen, what's in their home, and whatever grievance Ash has with them doesn't matter. Grievance? Ash? Mansion? I'm sorry, I don't see that connection there. There might be grounds for imprisonment, but they don't deserve a brutal death at the hands of one malicious spirit. And I'm sure Isabella would want the same thing. Bing bong! I take a few rings at the door. The loud sound of that. Yeah, words are not working from mouth.
God and damn it! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour.
Yep, that sounds like a look to me.
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
Ginger Ed Sheeran? What the? Did you fart, Mr. Luke? Seething would be a complete understatement to describe him. Like this, I've got no doubt why Ash would find him a suspect.
You! Again! It's bloody 6 in the morning!
It could have been 5.
What the hell is it now?
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time! Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't!
Excuse me, I have to get to bed to sleep until 11 o'clock in the morning. I've had a sleepover party last night.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
I assuming you're a vampire, peasant.
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
Before I can get a word in, he slams the door in my face and bolts it shut with such finality. At least he had the privilege of putting on his smart suit to come out, unless he sleeps in his smart suit.
Wait, sir, you gotta hear me out. You're both in danger if you stay in there. Have you seen the news lately? Everything's not a coincidence.
Ooh, Zachary's beginning to believe. Oh no, more specifically, only the sound of barbed wire fences answers me. Maybe it was Miss Wright. Oh, who am I kidding? I've already seen the look on her face when I tried before. There are limits to how far a person will believe in you. Then again, I didn't believe Isabella when she warned us. And now I'm here, desperately trying to save people, even if I'm aware it's completely out of my own capacity to do so? Is this what they call karma? If so, this is one horrible way of turning things around. Taking people's lives, playing with people's fears, making them feel useless.
You're around, ain't you? You here? Inside this house?
I am your alarm clock.
Listening, watching, or whatever it is that you spirits do? What do you want?
Ooh, look at that angry look on his face.
You're already dead! Leave us!
Nothing. I don't even know who I'm talking to, or if a sane person is supposed to be doing that. The only thing I got after is a feeling of foolishness washing over me. Or perhaps this is just me losing my mind. Out of other options and any other ideas, I let my hands slide off the door's surface and fall listlessly at my sides. I can go back to Luxburn, try to find the others, try to get out of this mess with them, or let them know how much deep poopery we are all in. Both sound good. Either way, my loitering here ain't helping at all. I let the quietness calm me for a few moments before standing up and heading out to fetch my bike. It's quite a distance to Luxburn, but if I hurry, I'll reach it and maybe... let's see... The rustling stops as soon as I turn around and strain my ears for any other movement around me. Probably a rabbit.
Yo, Ash, you there?
No answer. If he is here, and I've just missed him earlier. Already my feet are moving in search of him for the second time. It won't hurt to double check. Triple check even. Maybe even quadruple check. With how big the property is, he can be anywhere. Are you even sure Ash is by this mansion at the moment? Wasn't he hanging out with your friends or something?
But damn it! He needs to realize what exactly it is he's dealing with.
I know, I'm just saying, he's probably not around here. The guy needs to stop playing the big damn hero. Sit down, chill! Breathing comes in short, shallow rasps by the time I make it back to where I started. Oh good, you jogged around the mansion, no offense to you, but I think you lost some good weight there. Still no sign of him, and I'm beginning to think I'm just wasting my time here. Maybe. Ma's favorite song. I was gonna say, I don't think that's the ghost. If that was the ghost, he would be saying... Yeah. Anyway. Okay, I think he's having another PTSD episode. Still Ma's voice. I listen for a while, trying to gauge what exactly from the house it's coming from. My feet start moving before I can stop them. And there, as I circle a corner... From a room on the first floor... A single window is open, and I can't make out whoever is inside. However, I'm sure the singing comes from there. Still, why, I'll hear an old tune here of all places, I won't know. It's not an obscure song by all means. I mean, it is pretty rare to find someone who knows this. But for some reason, death seems to follow this song around. Like an invitation to the afterlife. Panic lodges itself at the base of my throat at once. Whoever's humming might be... I don't want to be a pessimist now, but on the off chance that it is Miss Wright...
Shit!
I should... Oh no, it's the ghost! Oh no! Is Miss Wright being haunted by the ghost? Is someone else finally hearing it? I can put myself in danger before I can save anyone. Ash will tell me so in the exact same words. Might even write me a dissertation why this is a bad idea if he ain't so lazy. But dang it, blasphemy, that's a blasphemy. For those of you who know, this phrase specifically is a blasphemy. Do not use the Lord's name in vain, please. Okay, there's two options for an ending here, and I think I'm gonna save it. Right. If this goes horribly wrong, I've got this to go back to. Okay? Keep looking for Ash. Enter the open window. Okay. Both of these options are bad ideas. On the one hand, I don't think Ash is even here. On the other hand, I'm risking mortal danger. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible situation. Hold on. Now, usually when I'm playing a game... No, not that. No. That. There we go. Now, thankfully, they're not too vague with the choices when it comes to the branching tree. Top choice gives you that, bottom choice gives you this. Although there seems to be a variety of 3 choices here. Maybe it's depending on what I did previously. Okay, both of these lead to the same outcome here. If I pick the top choice, I have these 2 choices here, If I pick the bottom choice, it leads to there, going up to another choice. Okay, so we have 3 endings. Okay. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this? Looking for Ash. Enter the open window. I don't think Ash is here. I can search for Ash, but what if it's too late by then? And with how big this place is, he can be anywhere. And it's very likely by the time we come back, someone's already bit the dust. Zach might very well bite the dust. So if this is a bad ending, I'm going back to the previous save file to go with the other option. That and the cries grow louder against my ear the longer I linger. After impossible to ignore, drawing me to like a moth to a flame. For a moment I let myself shudder, shaking the uneasy feeling of my head. This can't be a good idea. Not by a long shot. That's exactly what I was thinking! Still, God willing. Right. We've just simply got to try. We must try against all odds. Right. Funnily enough, for a couple of us high profile to right, they don't seem to have any security detail patrolling around. They don't need security. The threat is already in the mansion. A few guards here and there, sure, but one would expect they'll have them more considering the size of the place. It works to my advantage, though, so I really can't complain if there's a high chance I might get arrested for what I'm about to do. Luckily, the window's wide open for me to fit through without making any noise. Thank you, rich houses. Pardon me. There's certainly no going back now. But as soon as I step into the parlour, all of it ceases, while I find no trace of the woman I heard crying like I'm expecting to. This is a trap. It's a trap, isn't it? The room is still empty at this time of the morning, and I'm left standing awkwardly in the middle of the hush. It's a trap.
Hello? Are you here?
She is! I don't trust it!
I heard someone earlier, and I'm here to help.
Hoping for an answer, I let the question hang in the air. But several seconds merely go by without a word or the slightest movement to indicate there is someone in here. Has been here. With the stories I've heard, the things I've seen, it takes effort to keep my brain from going into that line of thought.
I'm not going to hurt you.
As long as you're not gonna hurt me, okay? Okay, if I'm talking to the ghost here, then how can I hurt you? You're already dead. But I just pray that you're not gonna hurt me. I just want to talk. I just want to help.
If you're here, say something.
Assuming that there's some kind of jump scare or something. Nothing. Am I just hearing things? Maybe. I mean, you certainly heard voices. No, I'm pretty sure I heard someone. But with no one responding, I can't help but feel silly like this. And the awareness that I've trespassed a house for nothing became, because of that voice, prickles me. Suddenly, the silence feels uncomfortable, and unneedingly anxiety slowly creeps up my back. Okay, I've chosen that option. Yeah. Thanks, game, for being a bit simple. Okay, top choice leads to that choice, and judging by how short the ending is, something I've noticed. Let's see if I look back properly. Okay, dum doodly 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 dum. Yeah, so the more convoluted paths eventually lead to the better ending, from what I've seen so far. Hey doodly doo, a horror game for me. Yeah, this might be the right choice after all. I should get out while I can. If I ain't there, I ain't there. I don't spare the room after another glance when I walk back the same way I came. Out into the window, leave before someone else notices. I fall on my face.
I thought I heard a servant moving around here. Turns out it's just a rat scurrying about.
Oh, thank God. Ginger Ed Sheeran, so good to see you.
How unpleasant.
I know it's actually your hands, but... I'm relieved. Someone else. And it's a ginger. But we're all good. Parts of the hood. I can run, the window's a few steps away. I should be able to escape. But instead, out of some foolish impulse, I turn around. Hi. Sorry for disturbing. I thought I heard voices.
This ain't what you think it is.
It's not a robbery, if that's what it is.
You're quite the distance from the kitchen, I'm afraid. Perhaps I should lead you there.
By all means, I could do with a bite.
Someone's in here before me. I wasn't here for what you're thinking. There was sobbing and...
Ow! Ow! The first blow knocks the wind out of me, sending me heaving and crumpling on my knees. Wow, you're strong! You're a good butler.
You've got to listen to me.
Then again, dirty thieves aren't welcome in my kitchen either.
Ow! Ow! For a moment there was only silence. A sudden piercing ache this time at the back of my head. The room abruptly tilts so it's actually beginning. The verge of unconsciousness can only hear the scuffling of boots, the thud of the door being closed, and... No! 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 The pain is the worst when I came to. So a sharp, piercing ache somewhere at the back of my head, begging to be noticed. But it's nothing I can't handle. Yeah, I've been punched in the face before. Blearily. That's I'm emphasizing that because that's not a word I read that too often. It's funny how some games introduce it to new words. Blearily. I open my eyes. It was only just a dream. Anyway, expecting to be greeted by sunlight. But no, I'm in the prison cell. Curiosity killed the cat. However, the walls that welcome me are unfamiliar. When everything comes into focus, I recognize the place for what it is. A cell. Dark, cramped, with the only light coming from the moon outside, streaming through the sole window, barred by thick metal bars. It's quite bright tonight, I must say. Memory rushes back to me in sharp bursts. The mansion, looking for Ashton, a familiar tune. Woman crying. Okay, all while my head still aches from the hit I've received.
Still better than a morgue, I guess.
I suppose. Count your blessings. Gingerly. Ah, see what you did there, cause you got punched by a ginger. Ah! I pull myself up, stretching the cramps from my shoulders as I do so, but stopping when a sudden movement induces an acute stinging pain right through my arm.
Damn, they got me good. What time is it?
It's 9:15 where I am. Just after 9:15 to be precise. As expected, they've taken everything I have in my person. Wallet, cell phone, keys, meds, and even a small pack of gum. Dang, I missed the gum. Protocol is protocol. In the first place, ending back in another cell ain't my agenda. And the first time was not a pleasant experience, and this certainly won't be either. Considering who was likely putting me in here, it could be much worse. The bars were cold to my touch when I approach it, looking for the person on duty. They'd usually allow us to contact someone, and Ashton at least has to know I'm here. He'll be pissed, I'm quite sure of, but he's the only one who could prove my innocence and get me out. However, much I don't want to rely on him for this. The hallway in front of the cell is empty, but voices float through from further in, likely the poor officers assigned for late-night duty. Judging from the snippets of conversation I catch, today's topic over a snack is that moron who thought it's wise to cross the rights. They used other names too, most of which I'd like to have words with about in the future. But really, I'm in no position right now.
Excuse me? Anyone?
Silence. Hello?
Excuse me! I need to make a...
Oh no, the ghost is here. More than before, the foul smell of death hangs heavily in the air. Oh no. I got a creepy cellmate. Against my better judgment. And the ghost's right there.
Hello there, Zach. They've got me in here with you. It's good to have a cellmate.
Roosts inside of his own eyes gleaming with nothing but malevolence, blood oozing from the loud, punctured wound in her head, mouth wide open, a voiceless scream. Well, I mean, it's not entirely voice, it's making a few sounds, if that counts as a voice. I clamp on the compulsion to retch. On instinct, I step back, putting as much distance as this cramped cell will allow between us. The bars rattle as soon as my shoulders hit it. A hindrance, not to freedom, but to safety. However you define that right now.
Get away from me!
Okay. She moves in short, sudden, bone, crunching, twitching. And I know there is no escape. I'm screaming for help before I know it, jolting the bars with as much force as I could.
Somebody! Get me out of here! Anyone, please!
Bugger off! Some people are trying to get some sleep here!
You get over here!
No! She's here! You've got to let me out! She's gonna kill me! Someone! She's...
And smile. Isn't that just not quite as pleasant as, most other smiles? Did I goof up? I goofed up, didn't I? I slipped up, didn't I? Well, dang flabbit. This is what happens when you go about chasing ghosts, okay? Well, if this is going to end the way I think it's going to end, I might as well switch back to that other choice I made. And I'm just going to hide under the laptop expecting a jump scare. Jump scare. What? What? Oh, come on! He got killed? Come on! Really? Oh, no, no, no. Stop that! Stop all that nonsense! Yeah, stop all that nonsense. I'm picking the other option. Keep looking for Ash. Mind your own business. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The half of that was spent too much time around Ash. Well, sorry, Kneale. Kneale, I understand you're watching this. I apologize for killing off your favorite character, but I have the power of time travel. It's right, though, the reasonable part. If I do force my way in and find something unpleasant, how am I going to fight back? With my camera? No matter where I look at it, I'm simply asking for a painful death. I should have known this from the get-go. Well, congratulations, everybody. We're into the new year, and I've officially made my first bad decision, which resulted in a bad ending. Ba-ba! Yes, I am mortal after all. I am a flawed human being, and now I'm going to pay for my sins.
I have a better chance if I find Ash. What is he stupid about?
Perhaps I should try the forest. Make a round rather than in the gardens. Not a sound plan, but it's better than nothing. The woman's soft sobs have subsided now by some means. Almost inaudible to the point where I'm wondering if I truly heard what I heard. I didn't get too much time to dwell. Ah! Phone rings. Ha.
Are you?
I only caught the tail end of the person's greeting at the end, and I know the voice well enough.
What was that, Ash? Could you repeat that?
I've taken the phone, sweetie.
Signal shitty here.
I asked, where are you?
By the mansion.
Hell, Zach, I've been calling your number for a good 20 minutes now. What kind of shithole did you get into?
A really big poop hole.
Good morning to you, too. I should be asking you that question. I've been looking all over the mansion for you. I thought you'd be...
What mansion?
Do I really need to answer that?
Why are you even... No, wait. Just get your ass here at Isabella's place, and hurry.
I shift my gaze to the mansion, specifically at the window I heard the cries from. There is nothing of it now, not even echoes.
How urgent is this?
Guess it was a trap from the ghost.
Pressing enough for you to stop asking questions and get yourself here. Please, Zach.
That gives another pause. It's a rare thing for him to take a note of that.
I'll be there in a few. An hour or two, tops.
Thanks. I'll see you.
I rush back on my bike as soon as the call ends. Without another look, I leave the mansion along with its haunting melodies and grim echoes behind. There are more important things than my own curiosity and impulses. Well, wasn't that much more simple? On the other hand, I seem to have unlocked some kind of memory fragment with some woman lying there with some other woman smiling with glee. I think I'm very discomforted by that memory photo. Anyway, 7:15, and we are now playing as, let's see, Marianne, Miss McCulloch, the fashion designer from Ireland. And I've got Christopher Walken here on my photo. I've got some anime girls. I'm into anime and Christopher Walken. The numbers are so little on the top of my screen, and they glare at me with such intensity that I can hear their accusations. I'm late for a night out with the girls. Yes, but I have a perfectly good excuse. Jeez. Considering I didn't follow typical office hours, they really can't expect me to be able to just go as I please at 5:30 on the dot. The client is, first and foremost, my priority. I have to sit tight with my own personal assistant, Chris. Not you, Chris. I mean, the other Chris. Tells me we have one big one coming up, and that I shouldn't miss this one. He knows a lot more than the who's who and what's what when it comes to these socialites, and I trust that judgment call. I will not be using the Lord's name in vain, and I really don't have time for rich people, their drama and their politics. Especially that propaganda about Brexit. Those sort who were born with silver spoons in their mouths, who are used to wagging their silver tongues about. I let him handle the negotiating with them for the most part. Why else would I have hired them? But he told me I'd received a message about it an hour ago.
Now, if only he has the full shilling when it comes to the time.
Come on, I have a social life too, you know, to an extent. Sort of. Pressing my head against the table, I try to stave off an oncoming headache when the notification for a new email pops up. All I'm expecting is a, "Hey, this looks like a good project I found. Go send them a design." Or something like that. Really, that's how it often goes. Even with those rich, jammy clients who's heard of me from their equally rich, jammy friends, I can't expect them to hire me right off the bat. Which is all well and good and reasonable. They figure out what they want and send them to my portfolio, my drafts for their projects, my rates and hopes for the best. Emails. Marianne McCulloch. Now remember, everyone watching it, it's not McCulloch, it's McCulloch. McCulloch. Yeah. You pronounce the yak. Anyway, subject, important client. Please read from Chris Oak Parker. This is a big client, Marianne. I'll babysit Berufio. Oh yeah, the cat. I love the cat for you. God bless the cat. Just please take this one project. I promise this person is huge in Luxburn. Oh, cool. It's got photos. Nice. You really have been paying attention to detail. Mr. Parker, this is a formal request to secure the services of Marianne McCulloch, hereinafter called the designer, as authorized by Hannah Wright, hereinafter called the client, for interior design work at Ermengarde Mansion. As authorized by Hannah Wright, hereinafter called the client, for interior design work at Ermengarde Mansion, Luxburn, United Kingdom. United Kingdom? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This entire endeavor is set in the UK? Then why are the vast majority of characters American? The Ermengarde Mansion is the UK. This whole thing was set in Britain? Then why is the vast majority of the characters set in America? Well, I mean, there's a German guy, and there's a British character, there's an Irish lady, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Okay, I'll just go with it. The client hopes to have the designer here on the 21st October, Friday the pending time. But as I open the mail and see what I've requested by the client specifically, well, I certainly didn't expect that, and it's pretty straightforward too. Anyone else would probably be excited that they would be working with the Hannah Wright. She's just one of those rich socialites that everyone loves to talk about, no matter how hard I try to tune such nonsense out. It would have been enough for me to reply an affirmative to Chris and leave, but he has never pleaded to me to make a project before. We worked with big personalities in the past, celebrities, bankers, and even a few politicians. My PA has been indifferent about those. So the question bounced before my skull before I spy one of the email attachments. Yep, that looks like a Hannah Wright to me.
2.5 mil and an expensive-looking party to boot. These people sure know how to throw their money around.
That's the way of millionaires. Not that I should be so callous. They're going to do a lot of good and help a community of people with all those pounds. I, of all people, shouldn't criticize such acts, whether they were for show or not. At the very least, I know they'll be able to pay my rates. With the headline out of the way, however, I find myself staring at the picture that came along with the clipping. Because, oh wow! Here I am expecting a sour old woman in a blazer and skirt. The woman that was plastered on the front page looked like she belonged to the front page of the entertainment section, or even, if I'm too crass, as the pin-up for Okay, I'll be real here. A men's magazine. Oh. Yep, you're not wrong. She sure knows how to rock that dress. You're not wrong there either. Especially with being pregnant and all. Yes, that was another thing that happened last time. Hannah Wright is currently pregnant with Luke Wright's child. Oh yeah, and there may or may not be illegitimate child on Luke's part. May or may not be. And Isabel's going to have a job, and what else has happened? Yeah. Wait. Her hair, her eyes, her lips. She can't be her. At the same time, she is her, only several years older. She looks just like... No, come on, Mac. The world is full of plenty of pretty blondes. It's just a coincidence. With a shake of my head, I step out of it and reach for my phone when it buzzes, nearly falling off my chair in the process. Who else would be on the other line but the very people waiting for me?
Oh, piss. I'm so sorry, Cam. I'm on my way.
That's what I say. Yet I still don't move from my chair, face flushed and heart racing. I could only stare until I will myself to reply that yes, I'm accepting the assignment. And it takes even more time for me to just close the image, shut down the computer and leave. It's amazing how much time you spend just pondering what to do before you do something. I do that all the time. Even then, it has already burned its image in my head. No matter how much I could wish it would just disappear. It makes me eager for the alcohol and the company. It makes me eager for anything that could help me forget. It's a good thing that the nearest pub is just a hop, skip and a jump from here. And here's the pub. Oh hey, I see you got Slender Man's cousin. Nice mustache there, sir. You can pretty much tell that someone is new if they call it by its official name, the Crawl Bar. My home away from home, ever since I've moved to Luxburn. Well, that is when I'm not cooped up by my own condo and working anyway. It has good alcohol, good company, and thank God, and Saint Cecilia, good music. Crowd favourites like the Bothy Noise, the High Wesley Men, and Second Fusion Orchestra have often played. Not to mention the singing. I love singing. Aww. Anyone could break out into a drinking song, and the others in the pub were just wonderful when they'd start singing along. That's the way of the Irish, and in doing so while intoxicated is the best ways to go about it. Hey, it's a win-win as long as I don't puke in the middle of the course, and as long as I can get home in one piece at the end of the day. And tonight is karaoke night. Oh, nice! We got to hear her singing! Yay! What better time than to try and sing all my words away? That's what my intoxicated brain tells me.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am. And in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave.
Bravo! You should make an album! But drinking only reminds me of my home, and the thought of home makes me think of her.
But in the depths of my cold soul, I'll leave the burden and despair.
It makes me nauseous. It sickens me that the smallest reminder of her can cause me to such grief.
I'll fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest.
I don't know if you're drunk singing or if you're singing to the tune, but I like to hear you sing to the actual tune. Of course, that might just be the booze. Any other day, I could have scolded myself for drinking so much.
I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell.
You need to get up there with, who's an Irish singer? I'm trying to think of, nah, never mind. But I already have a client, and we'll be having our first little meet and greet in a few days.
Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you.
Be careful what you wish for in terms of letters, darling.
'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true.
And I want to at least enjoy this night, get over the hangover tomorrow, and return to being a prim and proper professional after.
That song was for Cam, our lucky bride-to-be. So give her a hand, Galway shawl.
I don't see many people in the pub, but well done! Bravo! Bravo! Everybody home! Bravo! Bravo! Because probably off-key, public sitting aside, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. And that's a good reason for any to belt out in front of these strangers. I mean, if Freddie Mercury can still sing consistently even when he's drunk, maybe it's good that you can try to do the same thing as well. With good drinks and good friends, there's nowhere else I'd rather be tonight. And I forgot for what short while.
And that song was brought to you by Marianne McCullough, everyone! A round of applause!
That was so good! You rock, Marianne.
You rock!
Oh, please stop! You're just saying that.
And you look like Penelope Cruz!
You know neither of us can hold a tune, Marianne. A toast to our shameless drunk singer. May your drinks forever flow and your notes be ever lovely.
Huzzah!
If anyone deserves a toast tonight, that's Cam. Finally sealed the deal after 3 years, eh? Read 'em and weep, bitches.
Camilla's diamond engagement ring gleams as he holds it up for all the world to see. She has reasons to be proud. 3 years of living together, and her boyfriend finally asked her the big question! What do you think of this job? No, I'm just kidding. Will you marry me? Obviously, she said yes!
Don't get too attached to that ring or the one after, sweetie. I was wearing a wedding ring not so long ago, and look at where I am.
Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on.
But enough of me being a downer. Cheers to a happy engagement!
Cheers! Cheers! Of course, if something like Haruna's divorce were to happen, I'd be there for Cam. Hold on. I got a drink here. Cheers! It's not alcoholic booze, but yeah, it's something refreshing. Just as Cam has been there for me, acting more than just my yoga instructor, I can't be happier for my friend right now.
Cheers!
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 Cheers! Well, we both will be here for Cam, won't we? Haruna and I. Haruna, it's been a real bad year for her ever since her divorce. She's such a nice person, even loaning me money to open a studio, and she didn't deserve what her husband had pulled. I'm happy she's smiling again and pigging out like she used to. I think we've all missed our Japanese firecracker. We met in yoga class, something I had joined in myself in shape, and well, honestly, so that I could make friends when I moved to Loxburn. Clearly it worked like a charm. And it definitely didn't have anything to do with the fact that I brought along my lucky D20 die with me from the first day, no sir. Hey Kneale, you hear that? Marianne might be a good person for the Dungeons & Dragons game. I love these girls so much.
What about you, Marianne? You're 30 years old and you still haven't got yourself a man. And you guys know I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time for that.
Yet. Anyway.
Oh, come on! That's a lame excuse and you know it!
Women can be independent too, you know, but you know what? Marianne's time might come yet.
You need a man who'll take care of you and you need it now! Maybe some hunk who'll be your house hubby while you rake in the dough.
Oh, you're such a tease.
I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. Who needs a Mr. Right?
Mrs. Left?
Hey, look at me. I'm Marion McCullough, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma, but I can't get myself a date.
Are they also Irish? I mentioned druids and demons once. Is that a Dungeons and Dragons game? And I certainly am not the sort of holy person. I'm a far cry from miracle work, and I barely have the willpower to fight off demons, especially my own. Ooh, that's tough.
Actually, maybe she isn't looking for a Mr. Right, but a Mrs. Right.
And a Mr. Left?
Oh, my Marianne, we still love you even if you're in the closet.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
That would explain some things. Howdy now, you don't have a ring anymore. Maybe you two can be together and I don't have to worry about my best girls being alone.
Oh, you're such a tease.
What are you on about? There's nothing to explain.
Maybe going to the pub wasn't such a good idea, Marianne. But the more I deny, the louder they tease until the other people in the pub start to watch. Oh boy, friends can go a bit too far sometimes. It doesn't help at all when Haruna drapes her armor over my shoulder and leans in. To quote Christopher Lloyd's character from Star Trek 3, "Get out! Get out of there!"
Will I be all yours then? Will you be making me feel like a woman?
My friend, you're drunk. Go home. Please. I know they're just kidding around, but this doesn't make me comfortable in the slightest. Yeah. So when Kamala notices my silence and Haruna sees the expression on my face, they stop. Never underestimate the fierce glance of a woman. And when the awkward air settles over us, the rest of the pub goes back to whatever they were doing before the whole thing ever happened. What have we learned today? Don't make a scene in a pub. They probably won't even remember what they wake up to with massive hangovers anyway.
Sorry.
I forgive you, Cam. It's alright. It's over now.
Me too.
I forgive you too, Haruna.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
No hard feelings. I raise my glass. I raise my own, can at the moment. They smile. We drink. There's no need to say more. We're all definitely far too drunk tonight. Yes, you are far too drunk to have a decent conversation. And thus, that's the end of that. Eventually, the fun times end. It is a weekday after all. And with Haruna being a nurse, she still has to get ready for her next shift. No point in glancing around and lustering at other people. You gotta get on with things. Cam also had a loving fiance waiting for her at home, and really didn't have to make a fuss about having left some buns in the oven when she took off earlier. Oh! Really, I understand. I was the one who insisted, who was determined to get pissed drunk anyway. Moving to the bar, sit. Alone at last. Alone with a stranger. Ah, look right. Sorry. It's Mr. Oh, that joke writes itself. They're rounding off on Mr. Right. Look, it's Mr. Right. Where is he? Look right. Ba-dum-ts. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's funny. With his whiskey served neat in one hand and lighter in the other, it doesn't seem like he noticed me yet. And maybe I should go before he does look my way. Because he was pretty, and he was blonde. Got a thing for blondies. And those two things plus alcohol never did me any good. And thought too late. Judging by the way his flushed face and the dazed look in his eyes, he's as pissed drunk as I am. Oh no! Looks, he's looking right at us. Again. Looking right at us. Oh! I guess that's a perfect name for a pervert. Is that where you got the inspiration, game creators? Looking right at perverts? Look right! Cause his name is Look! Really, he has the air of one of those men who think they own the world. That's understandable when he's a millionaire.
Hello there, sexy. Please don't stand up on my account. I already like what I see.
You, sir, are giving in to lust, and I am your client, and I'm working on your mansion. Don't you have a pregnant wife to attend to?
Fancy a drink? It'll be on me.
Thanks, but no thanks. But then again, I might be pleasantly surprised if he proves me wrong.
Want some between the sheets? Sex on the bed?
No! Fat chance. It doesn't matter. We both know how to play this game. And there are two different ways for the night to end. One thing for another is going to happen. The question is, what do I want to do?
Oh no, that's fine. I'd rather order some blue balls or some AMF if you don't mind.
It looks like he's about to say something witty retort, but stops himself and downs the rest of his whiskey. Whoa! His whiskey? Yikes! That's a bit risky on the throat there, lad. I mean, I'm from a country where whiskey's quite popular, but have you tried whiskey, everybody? It's tasty, but it's a bit rough on the throat. It leaves this sort of, how do I describe it? Hot smokiness in your throat. That must be quite hot for him. But then again, he is drunk. Of course, the saying, ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies, goes without saying. We ask nothing of each other, offering up falsehoods to establish a strenuous fake connection between two strangers at a pub, if only time to pass the time. Whiskey, as I've come to call him, is supposedly 21 years old, single, takes care of his sick mother, and is manager of some sort. 21, really? I'm 21, I don't think. I'm not buying it. Manager of what? I didn't care to listen to all the details. Meanwhile, Mint, as he has come to call me, is 29, and I'm... What did I say I was again? Oh yes, I told him I was a professional chocolate taster, because stuff it! If I'm gonna lie about what my job is, might as well make it fun. It is pretty decent chat between two pretty drunk strangers, and maybe it's just me, but we might as well expend the tiniest amount of effort in pretending there's something meaningful in this meeting. Oh yes, there will be. Your clients. Oh! The dramatic irony. Oh! Anyway, during a lull in the conversation, he brings it up.
You know, I've never been with a woman taller than me.
I mean, your assumptions could be wrong, seeing how you're drunk. And to think he might have been different from the rest. I mean, fun fact, I've seen women taller than me. And I'm 6'5". The places, things you see, right?
Never have and never will, whiskey. Can we go back to the history of chocolates? Did you know that chocolate candy was introduced in 19th century England as a healthier alternative to alcohol?
Oh! St. Lucy was the most beautiful woman of her time. She had men come from the four corners of the world just to see the pure light in her exquisite green eyes. If she were so lucky anyway.
No, enough of the history lesson. Come on, Mint. You know and I know what you came here for.
And I'm gonna say no to it because you're an embarrassment. Though not every suitor was gallant and she was no fool, she was known that sooner or later she wouldn't be able to defend her chastity.
Come on. There must be something that gets you going.
How about sending you home to your wife? She had taken out a knife and gouged out her own eyes. Yeah, that seems like a good alternative.
There is something, but I don't think you can handle it.
Impressed with their devotion, God restored her eyes and made them more beautiful than ever. He was a peculiar sense of humor, hasn't he? Because that only meant suitors kept going after Lucy, and she kept her eyes in a chalice to scare them away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever it is.
Are you trying to put on some kind of accent? St. Lucy, help me. Help me turn away from sin. Don't worry, Cal McCritchie is here to get you out, bail you out from any rough situation. If the game's gonna give me a choice to turn away, help me from my own blindness.
My place isn't too far from here. I won't take care of you if it ends up being too much for you. And no one will be able to hear you if you try to scream. You sure you want to go down that road, pretty boy?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Stop! Oh, for goodness sakes, did they? Did she just do what I think she just did? No. You flipping idiot, Marianne! You idiot! You let him in! You're an idiot! Once he touches me, I don't even hesitate when I push him against the door. Roughness is to be expected. Oh, for goodness sakes, as long as he sticks to the script, everything will go smoothly. Oh no, that's a bad idea! We'll have a little tumble in the sheets, he'll leave, we'll forget about it. Oh no. Marianne! If I were you, I would have just gotten straight out of there! Don't take him with you! If somebody asked what I really wanted, I would have told them that I wanted a bed of roses, chocolate music, maybe even an Irish castle. But all I really want is her, and that's never going to be reality. That was my fault, of course, because I was afraid. I was a coward. They would never hold a candle up to her. She was the light of my life, and I had to let her go. I can't even be bothered at the thought of her. Just a single thought of her makes my resolve to see this affair through waver.
Wait!
What is it now?
Yeah, can you just go away? Yes, what is it now? Yeah, this is wrong!
We're both drunk.
I did it! I'm a saint!
And?
You need to go home!
This is wrong.
Yes! This is what you should have said at the pub!
Don't you think it's a bit fucked up that we're about to have sex and we're just calling each other by the drinks that we had? How messed up are we?
Exactly, Marianne! That's what I'm trying to tell you!
Doll, shut up with the ethics and morality talk. It is seriously putting me out of the mood.
For goodness sake, you just don't get it, Mr. Whiskey, do you?
If you want to leave now, Whiskey, I understand. I mean, with how smashed you are, it'd probably be best for you to sleep the night unless you want to be mugged.
Indeed.
But I won't stop you. And this isn't going to happen.
Bloody hell.
Cockblock. The achievement. Best achievement ever, everybody. That's the best achievement of the game, everybody. Of course, he's annoyed at me for putting out of our night of sexual congress. But no means no. I will not give in to lust. I am not going to give in to my drunken desires. And you, sir, are going to go home. And beyond spewing a few profanities under his breath, he surprisingly simmers down soon enough. I was worried for a moment that he might try to force something. Instead, he makes a show of fixing his suit, smoothing down his hair, before making himself comfortable on the nearest seat he could find.
What are you doing then? You have a guest in your home. Put the damn kettle on.
You're acting like you own the place. You're in my apartment now.
Dandelion tea if you have it. But I suppose all you have are those shitty tea bags from the store.
Suit yourself, spoiled boy. If it isn't for the absurdity of this turn of events, I would have flipped him off for his thinking I have no taste. In the end, I just laugh. All I got are cans of curry and ginseng, and lemon balm though. No dandelion. Lemon balm. Oh, I love lemon tea. Without a second thought, I do wet the tea. That's 3 minutes to get the kettle on. Oh, secret ingredient. Why don't you put a little spit in there for your guest? 3 minutes in, we say nothing to each other. I mean, what do you even say to a guy I was going to sleep with until I changed my mind? I doubt he's in the mood to talk about the influence of toys on Mallory. Yeah, we're going to tell your wife. It's still unusual by the time we've both seated on my bed with mugs of tea in hand.
Just so you know, whatever is going on right now is a lot stranger and fucked up than the one night stand.
We are two messed up individuals by your logic.
Everything is messed up, if you ask me. War, terrorism, famine, poverty, loved ones and loved lost. Oh.
Just because the world is messed up doesn't mean you have to be messed up too. There are divine rules, you know. I would follow them if I were you.
This whole world is a cesspool.
You don't have to be a part of it. You don't have to be a part of this evil at all. As it is. And I guess some part of me would rather not put the weight on my problems on somebody else's shoulders. It wouldn't be fair to leave that to a person when I don't even know if we'll ever see each other again. Sooner rather than later, we both pass out of my bed, mugs left forgotten on the floor. I did it! Thank God I'm a saint! And just override. Which one should I override actually? This one. I mean, yeah, that's got the cat in it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We did it. We managed to end Zachary's story. We've begun Marianne's, and I've managed to play the good boy, the saint. I'm still playing the saint, just so you know. And I'm not gonna fall for any tricks again. I'm sorry, Kneale. I'm not gonna go along with your sense of humor, Kneale. And I'm not gonna kill off your favorite character like that. So, you're welcome, Kneale. So, that ends off the first new episode of The Letter of 2020. And thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see me continue onwards with playing The Letter, then all you have to do is like this video and, of course, subscribe to the channel. There'll be a wide variety of content, not just from Kneale and Chris, but from myself, and we'll hopefully have more Reactaholics podcast content soon. So, thank you all so much for watching, and for those of you who are curious, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ScotsMaiar. And I've been playing this game by request of Kneale, and it's pretty engaging thus far. I see why he really likes it. And I'm thinking for any game that's a bit adult-oriented, I might as well play it on this channel. I think it's appropriate. So thank you all so much for watching, and join me next time for more horror and more temptations. In the meantime, bye-bye, Christopher Walken. It's been nice knowing you. ScotsMaiar signing out.